Hi everyone, in this video I often get asked by my clients working as a professional psychic medium what actually happens to us when we die. It's a great question, so I thought I'd create a video sharing some insights into that working as a medium over the years. I really hope you find this video educational and inspiring. My name's Rhys Wynn Davies, psychic medium. So what truly happens when we die? I mean, this is a fabulous question, so it's just in my opinion, but when we die I truly feel that the death state is similar to the dream state. I think there's a correlation there with the afterlife. What if we are temporarily in the spirit world for a little while as an astral planing body while we're sleeping, and in the ether, which is basically outside of our physical bodies, in that ether there's a dimension for where we can share mind-to-mind communication. In this process, I believe you're an incarnate spirit in a physical body. And when we die, you become a discarnate spirit. You are liberated from your physical self. You go from being three-dimensional to a one-dimensional astral planing body. From maybe a scientific perspective, I still don't have all the answers, but that could be a combination of molecules, atoms, vapor, a consciousness. In spiritual text, spiritual philosophy books that have been shared, that have been channeled through mediums, one that comes to mind in this discussion would be Silver Birch. Silver Birch is a wonderful series of books where a medium would channel an Indian guide from North America. It was given a name, Silver Birch, based on a tree in the backyard, a silver birch tree in the UK. This seance went on for 10 years. The medium was Maurice Barbanel, who channeled this North American Indian guide. And there's some wonderful aspects of how the spirit see our world. And in these teachings that are shared with us from spirit, it says that thought is superior to language in the spirit world, that language is a clumsy substitute for thought, so thought is supreme. So it's indicating there that spirit wants us to know that it is mind-to-mind direct communication. So there is a form of telepathy that's taking place. Even as a discarnate spirit, astral planing body, a loved one that's died is somehow capable of influencing our minds and sharing thoughts and ideas and guiding us or wanting to help us with thought. And that can be directly understood through dreams or in a daydream, or sensing and feeling a presence and feeling influence in the mind, because as a medium, that's what happens to me. Or people go to sleep and wake up just knowing what they've got to do next after they might have struggled with a problem. They may have had issues that they've been working on, or wanting to come up with a new idea, or how they could fix something, or a relationship, or their business, or whatever. And all of a sudden, they felt like they saw a loved one in spirit. They know exactly what they're doing moving forward. And this can be, I don't know how I know, I just know what I'm going to do now. A cognitive aspect of influence that can take place for us from loved ones in spirit. And so it's mind-to-mind communication, astral planing body, outside of the body, that's somehow able to telepathically influence our minds and our thoughts, if we are open-minded to it, if we're not so grief-stricken, if we attune ourselves to these possibilities through the sleep state. And it's in my opinion only that I feel that it's like being in a permanent dream, and that every night we actually go to sleep, we are temporarily in the spirit world as an astral planing body ourselves. Part of our consciousness is able to ascend outside of our physical being for a while, where there's some sharing of mind, and it's beautiful. I've had personal experiences where I've seen my own loved ones without denial and been inspired. I had shared in some previous videos about my experience with one of my grandmothers, for example, who came to me while I was meditating and wasn't alive when Google was around, told me about the Arthur Findlay College in the UK, a place where you can learn to do mediumship, and told me if I didn't go, I would regret it. I went and Googled it. I couldn't believe it existed, and I felt her. I saw her in my mind. I could hear her voice in my head, clear as day. I'm going. And not only did I learn to be a medium and want to do it professionally, change my whole life around my career path, I also met the love of my life there. So this is where this mind-to-mind communication can take place, whether it's in a dream, meditation, whether it's a daydream, whether you're not focused or, staring out a window. This is where the spirit can influence the mind. And it's happening from outside of a physical body to a physical body. And I think we have to remember that they're a spirit without a physical body, discarnate, but we're a spirit with a physical body. And there's definitely this connection that keeps us bonded, a consciousness that continues, a bond between two people that can't be broken. There's a great medium by the name of Gordon Higginson, who is an inspiration to me. I love his work. He was a great pioneer, probably one of the best evidential mediums that has ever lived, in my opinion. And he said this amazing thing in some of his teachings, that the spirit world actually can influence our voice box so that the sound of their voice resonates in our mind. So we're not hearing the voice outside. It's very rare for people to hear that. Maybe 9% of mediums who can do that or have that happen to them are really physical mediums. But Gordon was mentioning in his teachings that the spirit can influence our vocal cords to make the sound of their voice resonate in our mind. And so we're hearing the voice of a loved one in our head. And this also happens in this connection that we have with spirit. And so I guess the big question here is to ask yourself, have you ever not, at some point since a loved one's died, heard the voice in your own mind? In a dream state or daydream, have you not heard their own voice in your head? You might have questioned it and thought, am I just hearing this? Or am I crazy? But no, you're not. This is how they are trying to influence and connect to you through the mind. And have you not at some point dreamed of them? And if you have, please know that you're not dreaming of them. You're actually with them for a while in that state of consciousness, which I think is incredible. What's going on in these dreams? This is where you can go to sleep at night and say, I'd love to be with you, Mum, or I'd love to be with you, Dad, or both of them, or other family and partners and friends, and say, let's share our minds and let's have this relationship continue. Can you help me, guide me? Can you inspire me when I wake up in the morning? Can I just know what I need to do next to honor you or to honor myself and live in accordance to my life purpose? Have a book by your bed and write these thoughts and ideas or this inspiration. Is this serendipity? Is this the ring of truth, or is it a warning? Are you seeing recurring, symbols and ideas and visions from them, and what's going on? Because there's definitely a relationship that continues. It never dies. There's famous quotes, by J.K. Rowling, who, author of the Harry Potter series, who said, to the well-organised mind, death is but the next great adventure. And so we need to be hungry to explore the possibilities of staying reunited with our loved ones. It's another great quote. I'm not sure of the author, but it was, the dead are only dead when you stop thinking about them. And I love these quotes because they're kind of teaching us that, we are about mind-to-mind communication, and thought is superior in spirit. So, and the teachings of Silver Birch all kind of make me feel that this is true from my own experiences working with spirit. I'm always sharing thoughts to other people about their loved ones who aren't mine, and the recipient can understand and relate to what that is. And I think, well, these aren't my people. They're someone else's people. And I'm often telling my client, they're strangers to me, but they're your people. And they're going to all this effort to influence my own mind to get a message to you. What do you think they're trying to do for you? What do you think they're trying to do for you? And we need to be open to that and to explore that. I think people should set an intention when they go to sleep or in a meditation and say, I sit for you, or I'm going to sleep tonight for you, Dad, and let's bring it on. Let's connect again, and I'd love that. And let's keep our relationship continuing. And I feel if you're in the right mindset, you can manifest some amazing things to happen and continue that relationship. But if you're overwhelmed, stressed, and heavily medicated, or extremely grief-stricken, it's so subtle. Some of your thoughts won't be yours, they'll be the thoughts of others. And this is what I feel happens to us when we die. So imagine every night you go to sleep, you are temporarily in the spirit world, which I think is amazing, and it's like a permanent dream, and you can go anywhere with thought, with loved ones. And one day, when your body has reached its limit, your soul will be free and liberated from its physical vessel, and you'll be in that one-dimensional astral planing body state, and it's like a permanent dream, and you're being with your loved ones, and unlimited potential and dimensions of a sphere that's unquantifiable. I think that is just amazing. And I feel like these are just some of my own thoughts and experiences from doing this work that I feel is what might happen to us when we die. There's other literature like Michael Newton's work, Past Life Therapist, Regressionist, The Journey of Souls and the Destiny of Souls. This is a great concept in his works because he did studies for people that had hypnotherapy or regression type work, but he didn't say, I'm going to write a book about your experiences. So he didn't want biased opinion. He just interviewed people, and about 6,000 of them, and there was definitely a clear pattern of what people thought they saw when they were being regressed or had hypnotherapy work, and they all said similar things. And I feel like same thing, we don't have all the answers to what will happen when our time comes, but I feel like this is a great representation of what the spirit world might be like for us when we do get there. And I feel like his work, The Journey of Souls, Destiny of Souls, is definitely worth a good read. The spiritual teachings, like through Silver Birch or Ramadahn by Ursula Roberts, they are also great books where they refer to the summer lands, and that there's places of gathering and sharing of minds, and these spiritual truths that have been shared through the channeling mediums really also resonate with some of my own thoughts and feelings about what the spirit world is like. So I highly also recommend them, and that you check them out if you ever get time. If people come to me for a reading, I would say, go and see at least 5 other people in your lifetime, and if other mediums say similar things to myself, well, that would be a validation. But if they also add to the story of your loved ones who've died, you could then go away and say, I've met 6 people who don't know me, who've said similar things about my loved ones who have died. So therefore, there's got to be some truth in it. And this can be something that you can come to some conclusion in your own lifetime, whether we survive death or not. But I always say that to everyone that comes and has an experience with me. Look at the totality. Just don't take what I've said as truth. Get more proof and add that to the story. Be your own scientist and explore hypothesize and test. And if 6 people who don't know you as mediums say similar things about your loved ones and add to the totality of the story of their great life and who they were and their character and their personality and everything else, and evidence of things left behind and their relationship with you and their emotions and all those things, then you can come to your own conclusions, can't you, whether we survive cycle death and what happens next. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. To see more like it, examples of my readings, my demonstrations, my spirit drawings, and spiritual education, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, link below in the comments. But you can also friend me on social media. I'd really love that via Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon.